Good evening to one and all present here. Myself, Dr. S.S. Uttarwar, Director, Saregama Cultural Group Nagpur. Welcome you all in this webinar series. And our today's speaker is Mr. Rajesh Anand from Mumbai. Saregama Cultural Group from Nagpur is doing all the things out of the box for the betterment of cultural world. So in this Corona era and in this COVID crisis, we have arranged this webinar series to come up with various eminent personalities from the cultural world who will highlight, who will guide us to navigate our ship of cultural activities through these hurdles. In this connection only, today's speaker is with us, who is Mr. Rajesh Anand, and he will guide us about the legalities of the broadcasting of our event on Facebook and YouTube and all these things. Because as these platforms are easily available to all of us, we suddenly plan the program and start broadcasting with it. We are also using some sort of recorded music of some XYZs. So we are damn bothered, and we are hardly bothered about the legalities of the things which we are doing here. So today's speaker will share with us that what are the probable legal aspects of this broadcasting online your event, and if suppose you break the copyright acts, or you then in future, if suppose that there set up there will be some sort of any action against you regarding breaking of the copyright act. So Rajesh Ananta sir will give us very good what I mean to say avenues how to overcome these hurdles, and how nicely we will project ourselves in the field. On the contrary, I would like to say you that he is a national famed DJ, and he is organizing these karaoke singing programs from Mumbai. And in terms of thousands, people came online for his shows. And in this show also, I had to get connected with him, and I asked him to guide us. Our groups from Nagpur also are doing the karaoke shows. He will also put the light on these things of the legal aspects, and some sort of guidance regarding karaoke shows also. So, Mr. Rajesh Anand sir, I welcome you at this webinar platform. And now the podium is handed over to you elaborate the idea. The topic of Rajesh Anand, once again I will tell you that legalities in broadcasting of your event on Facebook, YouTube, and all these things. Thanks. Rajesh sir.
Yes. Yes. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this interesting. I wouldn't call it interesting because when it comes to us, when you get a mail from YouTube or your video gets taken down or you get a copyright pulled up, it's not so happy and not so happening. But nevertheless, I would like to tell you with whatever experience I have. I've been doing roughly around 18 shows. I have already gone live as of now on the web, either be it Facebook or be it YouTube, or some people do it on Instagram also. So what I'm trying to tell over here is what are the legalities involved in it when you are uploading something or when you are using somebody else's content. There are a lot of videos in YouTube which will help you with this, but nevertheless, whatever my personal experience I have, I'm going to share it with you so that there are a lot of people who don't understand terminologies or who don't understand exactly कि ये क्यों हो रहा है और क्या हो रहा है. First of all, a big good evening and thank you very much for Sanjay for organizing this. Sanjay from Nagpur has really done a great job of doing this, and he's getting a lot of people around to join this so that this message goes to a lot of people. Very good evening to Sanjay, Hashi, Joseph, Reshma, Devan, and Severin. Yeah, welcome to all of you. I think Reshma is into education field, so you also need to be watching this. Yeah, Reshma, hi, good evening. Because what happens here is when you do even a educational thing and you use a little bit of music or a background or something, then you also come into that category. You may be showing it live for your parents, but you might get pulled up for that also. So I'll start off with a little bit about copyrights and how it actually affects you. I'm going to be a little more specific about YouTube in the first place because many people are using YouTube links. So I'll go with YouTube first and then I will come down to Facebook also and tell you what all problems happen in Facebook. But right now, for anybody, suppose I have a song, I have made a song and I put it on YouTube. Okay, then I have to apply for a content ID from YouTube. There is a formality. And once I get my content ID, then that is my copyrighted music or stuff on YouTube. Generally, big companies who do this, they already get their stuff copyrighted on YouTube and they get the content ID. So what generally happens is when you put in a small part of that music which belongs to somebody else, suppose it was my music and Reshma wants to use it for her video in a very small part. She may be using only say 30 seconds or 40 seconds. But the minute you upload it on YouTube, YouTube has got an algorithm which matches this with the content ID. And if he finds any match between these two, you will be pulled up instantly. So there are two ways in doing this. First thing is you will get a notification from YouTube saying that you have used somebody else's music or somebody else's copyrighted stuff. That is the first thing you will get. There is nothing to be scared about this because this generally happens to everybody invariably. That is called a notification. There are two things that we have to remember in this. In YouTube, first what you get is notification, and the second thing what you get is called strike. That's a YouTube strike. In a YouTube strike, what happens is if you get 3 strikes in the matter of 3 months, your whole YouTube channel, gathered, you have got subscribers, you have got everything, that whole thing can be cancelled instantly. So you have to be really scared of strike, or you might even get mails and probably even a case from the guy who actually owns the copyright. But as far as notification is concerned, what generally happens when you upload any video or you go anything on YouTube, it says it's processing. Actually, when it is processing, it's actually comparing it with his database. There is nobody actually sitting there and listening to it. This is an algorithm where कंटेंट आईडी जिसके पास है उनका गाना वहां पे ऑलरेडी है, और अगर आपने जो यूज किया है उसमें वो कंटेंट आईडी के साथ किसी भी तरह का मैच होता है, so you will get an instant notification that you have copyright issues with somebody else. And there are 2-3 options in that. Normally when you get a notification, you get 2 options. One is either they will tell you to mute that part, whatever you have used from somebody else's copyright. So you can either mute it, or they will say you delete it or you block it, whatever. So these are the 2 options you get in notification. That is in YouTube. I'm telling you, suppose you upload a video in YouTube, this is what happens. Now coming down to strike. Now suppose you put a video and you have used my music or something into it. That's okay. You have used it. Generally what happens is you should always contact the person who owns that, because when you get a notification, you get the details also that so and so person owns it. Like it may be Saregama, it may be T Series, it may be Rajesh, it may be anything. It may be just be a video of me dancing like a stupid person, you know. But suppose you want to use it to show a stupid person in your video, you are indirectly using my video. So what happens there is you get the notification, and in that you get the details as to who owns it. So the easier way out is either you can call up that person or send a mail to that person and ask, can I use 30 seconds of your video? Generally, if it is not a company, like when you say T Series Music or Shemaru or Eros or somebody like that, and if it belongs to some personal person, like there is a musician who has uploaded a piece in YouTube and you want to use it in the background of your educational video or any kind of video that you are doing. So at that time, you can use it. You just call up that person and say that I want to use your video. So that person says, okay, no problem. You can go ahead and use my video. So that is all it is. But if it belongs to a copyrighted company, then they will give you these 2 options of blocking it or muting it. And if you don't do that, YouTube has got every right to take away that whole video from what you have uploaded. So that is what happens generally in YouTube. And like I said, in 3 months time, if you get 3 strikes are when you're pulled up or your video is deleted by YouTube. If you get 3 of those strikes in 3 months, your whole channel, whatever work you have done till now, whatever you have uploaded, whatever kind of subscribers you have got, everything will just vanish in a second. And you will not be able to reinstall that. You will be literally thrown out of YouTube. You'll have to create your entire new channel. So that is how the copyrights work as far as YouTube is concerned. There is one more rule which says that you can use in your total video, there is something called as free usage policy from YouTube. In free usage policy, what happens? You can use 30% of your video can contain, stuff from somebody else. But that also is not totally safe. And when I say 30%, you have a 1 hour video, you can use it for half an hour. You cannot have anybody else's content more than half an hour. So that is called the 30% of 1 hour. 30% of 1 hour is what you can use, but that is also not so safe. So you have to be really careful when you're doing this. And now there is a new thing. Suppose Reshma puts an educational video into YouTube for her parents. Yeah, because she's into education. I know that. Ravindra sir, good evening. Welcome to the webinar.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Yeah, you just missed a little bit of it, not much, but nevertheless. Okay, then what happens here is, suppose Reshma puts an educational content into YouTube, and what happens in that is Reshma has not got a content ID, or she has not applied for a content ID for what she has uploaded. So YouTube has not given her a content ID, but it is there on YouTube. So what happens here nowadays, if you go to the YouTube settings, you will get a tab which says it's got a copyright matching tool. If you go into the new YouTube settings, you will find a copyright matching tool. If you click on that, that tool will show you how many people have used your video, or how many people are using your video, or how many people are using parts of your video. There many times it happens in educational this thing. You sit and make an entire thing, and somebody else directly just lifts that and puts it in his presentation. So basically the stuff is yours, but somebody else is using it from YouTube. So you will get a notification if you have the copyright matching tool, which is there on every YouTube. Right now, Ravindra sir, we are just talking about YouTube specific. I will come down to Facebook a little later. This is when you upload a video on YouTube, what are the things that you have to be careful about. So this is how the content ID, like I told you, content ID is the ID you get when you upload anything of your own personal making into YouTube. And once you have a content ID and anybody uploads anything and it matches with your content ID, instantly you will get a notification and they will get a notification कि आपका गाना यहाँ use हो रहा है या ये बंदे ने अपने वीडियो में आपका गाना use किया है. So this is content ID. I told you the difference between notification and strike. Notification, nothing much happens. They will ask you to block or they will ask you to mute the video. And in strike, they can delete your entire channel. So whatever channel you have, like Sanjay ji has got a lot of subscribers in his channel. At 1 second, they can just delete the entire channel. So he has to start from zero again to make all the subscribers come back again. That is the difference between notification and strike. So you have to be very careful not to get strikes. You can get notifications as much as you want. But like even when I do my DJ show or when I do a live show on Facebook, I get notifications instantly. मेरे को सारेगामा से तो आता ही आता है because I am into old songs. You know, Sanjay ji will understand when you say old songs, 90% of the old songs are with HMV, Saregama, you know, those people.
और मुझे भी आता है, इवन सर मुझे ये ग्रुप का नाम सारेगामा रखा ना, इसलिए उन्होंने इनवाइट किया था मुझसे.
Yes, you are bound for it. आप ये बोल रहे हो, just I'll come to one more thing in this. Suppose you have shot a video, okay? You have shot a video of somebody coming and falling down.
Yeah.
You have made that. You have got an actor and उसमें वो आदमी आके गिरता है. लेकिन उसके पीछे एक बाइक खड़ी है, ओके, और उसमें दो आदमी बैठे हुए हैं. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग, जस्ट प्रेज्यूम दिस. आपने एक वीडियो निकाला किसी को गिरते हुए, वो आपका ही आदमी था जो आके गिरने वाला है, आप शूट कर रहे हो उसको, ओके, ऑन द रोड. बट उसके पीछे एक बाइक खड़ी है, और उसके ऊपर एक लड़की बैठी है जो आपको लेना देना ही नहीं है उससे कुछ, ओके. बट आपका जो वीडियो बनता है, इन दैट वीडियो यू कैन सी द नंबर प्लेट ऑफ दैट बाइक एंड यू कैन सी द फेस ऑफ दैट गर्ल. सो दीज टू can actually send a copyright privacy notice to you. That is called the invasion of privacy copyright. In that, what happens is they will YouTube has got a feature in which you can blur the image. So आप वो specific part को जाके blur कर सकते हो. So when you do that, you are safe. Otherwise, that person can actually sue you and say that मेरा आपके वीडियो में आपने मेरा जो बाइक है और मेरी जो गर्लफ्रेंड या जो भी है उसको आपने क्यों यूज किया. तो संजय जी जो आप बोल रहे थे, योर नेम सारेगामा मैचेस विद अ लॉट ऑफ अदर कॉपीराइटेड इश्यूज. So definitely you will get a strike on that, or you will get a letter saying कि आपने ये नाम कैसा यूज किया, you know, and you will have to reply saying that ये तो what do you call हिंदुस्तानी संगीत का बेसिक है सारेगामा, so you can't copyright that, you know. So then you are kind of safe when you are doing that. Yes, but generally this is what happens. So you have to be very careful when you shoot a video also कि मेरे पीछे जो है, अभी जो मैं कर रहा हूँ मेरे पीछे तो ये डांस फ्लोर है इसलिए कोई मुझे ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं करेगा. लेकिन अगर यही मैं बालकनी में बैठ के कर रहा होता और सामने वाले बालकनी में अगर कोई खड़ा है, he can sue me that time also. He can say that is copyright invasion. And we have with us Madan Pishordi, who is a musician by himself, and Manoj and Madan regularly YouTube पे अपने cover versions upload करता है. He's a very good musician and a qualified musician. I mean, I don't want to talk much about his qualification because he is a great guy. And this guy makes cover versions and puts it on YouTube. So I think you guys are watching me for quite some time. So Madan, I want you to explain to people what all problems you get when you upload a cover version on YouTube? Madan, it's all yours.
Okay, so basically, before getting into the cover version, a lot of people have this confusion about the karaoke songs and the cover songs. So what happens is, like, I'll just talk from the point of view of karaoke songs. Like, अगर आपने karaoke track आपने background में play किया, उसके ऊपर आपने गाना गा लिया, तो क्या होता है कि भले आपका आवाज is your unique voice, you are not exactly sounding like Mohammad Rafi, तो आपका 30-40% उधर चला, like it's not matching with the original, but the remaining of the karaoke tracks are like 60%, because karaoke track में वही instruments use किया गया है जो original song में भी है. इन कैरियोके ट्रैक में वही ड्रम्स है, वही गिटार है जो लाइक ओरिजिनल सॉन्ग के साथ होता है. तो बिकॉज ऑफ दिस, द मोमेंट व्हेन यू अपलोड अ पर्टिकुलर सॉन्ग ऑन यूट्यूब विद अ कैरियोके ट्रैक, तो जैसे आप शुरुआत में जैसे ही गाना स्टार्ट हो गया, इंट्रोडक्शन चालू हो गया, एंड वो जैसे ही आपका गाना चालू हो जाता है, यूट्यूब एनालिसिस दैट दिस इज लाइक अ 60% कॉपी ऑफ अ ओरिजिनल सॉन्ग बोल के आपका गाना डिलीट किया जाता है. So that is where the cover version is coming to the picture, जहाँ पे not only the voice is different, you are a different singer, the original singer is different, तो वहाँ पे तो आपका तो obviously voice का wavelength doesn't match because your voice is different, the original singer. But at the same time, when you are having a background music played totally differently, like for example, अगर मुझे कुछ ना कहो करके गाना डालना, तो कुछ ना कहो में जो यूनिक फ्लूट है, ला 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 ला, I will have to try avoiding using the similar flute in my cover version. I can make la 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 la, but similarly like that कुछ करके, because अगर वो भी डाल दिया तो वो आइकॉनिक म्यूजिक है, मैंने डायरेक्टली रिप ऑफ कर दिया बोल के मेरा भी वीडियो डिलीट किया जा सकता है. So you know, so my music instrumentals has to sound totally different. Everything has to sound totally different. जब आप गाना गाओगे, कुछ ना कहो, अभी मैं सुर में कितना भी गाऊं, लेकिन I can never sound like कुमार सानू. तो वहां पे what happens is YouTube का जो एल्गोरिदम है वो 5-10% तक मैच कर लेता है, क्योंकि 5-10% तक यहाँ पे मैच हो रहा है, बट उसके आगे मैच नहीं हो रहा, तो 5-10% तक मैचिंग चल जाता है, तो आपका YouTube से वीडियो निकाला नहीं जाता. It will be still there on YouTube. So these are the things that you need to understand using like that.
Yes, and I just like to add to what Madan said just now. If you are using a karaoke track, what happens generally, the background music matches 100%. Only
Yes.
your voice is not going to match with the content what is already there with Saregama or with T series. So what
Yes.
happens is, as long as it matches more than 60%, you will be
Yeah.
caught up instantly for using that track. Now,
Yeah.
like Madan said, these are the problems which come to a musician when he's uploading, or anybody who's uploading anything into YouTube. Now I'm going to be a little okay. Whatever I'm saying now, it cannot be taken as okay. I am on record, nevertheless. But these are my personal opinions and my personal things. So let's take it as unofficial for the time being. Okay, you guys will have to really confirm with it or whatever. I don't know. I'm allowed to say all these things on air also. But I'm going to talk about things how to get around this problem. Like everybody is facing this problem in Facebook also, in YouTube also, in everything. So what I'm going to tell you now is some ways how you can cheat the system and still be alive in YouTube. So this is generally basically I would call it off the record, but you guys are watching, it's being recorded, fine, fair enough. This is what happens. Let's go with this. First and foremost, nobody is sitting there and listening to what you're uploading. It is an algorithm. So as long as some music matches with what they have already got in their database, you will be pulled up. So what is the option out of it? The option, like Madan said, one option is you change the music. You change the music, you change the tune, you change the vocals. So once you change all this, it doesn't match with the original. So once it doesn't match with the original, you are free to cheat the algorithm, basically. Now the second one, you got something called as a ghost track. Now I'll explain to you what is a ghost track. Ghost track is, it is a non-copyrighted music which we take out from the internet, which is a totally 100% non-copyrighted music, and we take out the bass from that. I'm being little technical. We take out the bass from that, and what you call filter it again and again, and you reduce the bass completely. So you will have only something like a, you'll have this sound. So once you use this sound, you can put any track. आपका karaoke track चल रहा है, या आपका कोई भी वीडियो चल रहा है, या लाइव चल रहा है, कुछ भी चल रहा है, उसके नीचे अगर आप ये ट्रैक को डाल देते हो, दिस इज व्हाट वी कॉल अ घोस्ट ट्रैक. तो अगर आप घोस्ट ट्रैक डाल देते हो उसमें, सो द एल्गोरिदम calculates your track along with the ghost track, because he can hear the ghost track, but you and I will not be able to hear because our other music is so loud that it is going to cover up the entire thing. So what I'm trying to say is, if you use something called a ghost track behind, and this is purely for audio. I mean, I'm talking to Madan basically and Sanjay ji, because you guys are into music. You know, you can put this ghost track and get away with it. Because usme kya hota hai, he's listening to the kuch na kaho also, and the chick 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 also coming from behind. You know, so the quality may be a little different. Like when there are what do you call, silent portions of your music, there you might probably hear it. Because when I do a DJ show, you know, there are some portions where which is silent. तो वहाँ पे जो मैं ये ghost track बजा रहा हूँ वो आपको सुनाई देगा. If you go back and listen to one of all my Facebook live DJ shows, you will find in that, because I do that for safety. Otherwise, instantly YouTube might just throw me out without even giving me a warning. Like your live is going on and suddenly आपको instantly आपको Facebook से बाहर निकाल देगा. That is how dangerous it is in Facebook when you are doing something live. That is one way of doing it. And the other way of doing it, like Madan said, you can change the tempo of the track. You can add some effects or something into the track. Just, it should not match with the original. Like agar kuch na kaho is like kuch na kaho, you can make kuch na kaho. If you do that, you are doing something different. It is not matching with the original. So basically what I'm trying to say is, as long as the track is manipulated in such a way that it doesn't match with the original, you guys are safe, absolutely safe. And now I'm come down to Facebook and Facebook Live. When we do Facebook Live, I don't know how many of you do Facebook Live, but when you do Facebook Live, these are the things which come into the problem. One is copyright for this reason, because your original matches. Okay, there is one more thing which I want to tell in this. Sometimes what happens, I don't even play that song which they are asking me for copyright or which they have pulled me for. What happens here is, some other song which I am playing sounds similar to the song which they have. Because I never play Kannada songs in any of my set, but I have been pulled up 2 or 3 times saying that you have played a Kannada song, so you have to delete the Kannada song. So there I can actually question them and say that you can go and recheck that I have not played a Kannada song. So what happens here is, because the algorithm thinks it is the Kannada song, it can pull me up. So mistakes happen, but if you are confident that it is a proper mistake and you have not done anything wrong, you can bindas go and claim over it. It's called putting a claim. So once you put a claim, you will be absolutely safe, that nothing will happen to you. Now coming down to live shows, Sanjay ji, this is for you and your organizers. You do live shows.
Live shows.
There are a lot of people. Please go ahead. Okay, I thought Sanjay ji wanted to say something. Okay.
Rajesh, I have a question before you start. What if we put a disclaimer note below that the original music belongs to someone else? We have just tried to copy it.
Okay. Since you are specific to education, I am just giving you one more hint, which normally works. In YouTube, there is an option where you can put that this is being used for educational and what do they call it? Reform purposes. That's the word they use that. So if you put it, it is for education and reform purposes. Remember this word, educational and reform purposes. So when you use these 2 words in your, not in your disclaimer, when you're uploading the video, you have an option over there. So there you have to put that. You have to put that over there. This is
even they ask that, is it made for kid or what not?
Yes, kid is a different thing.
Kids. Okay, I'll come to that when
kids basically is only as far as the content is concerned.
No, it's not about content. Their whole law has changed regarding the kids section. Okay. Now there is this confusion between many YouTubers. I would like to clear it in this platform itself. So the moment when you're uploading a song or something, you will get a question saying that is it meant for kids or not. Now as a person, you will say ki ye to gana hai, kids can also watch. You press yes. You should not press yes. You should press no.
No. Yes.
So what they have done is, YouTube has divided the whole thing into 2 different sections. One is normalyoutube.com or the YouTube app that you're using. Another one is YouTube Kids. The moment when you press it is meant for kids, it goes to the YouTube Kids section. So nobody can subscribe your channel, nobody can like, nobody can comment or anything. But anybody who has a YouTube channel who is below the age of 16 can go and subscribe and comment like that. वो YouTube Kids का section में चला जाता है. And even if you are having a smart TV or something, like when you go to a TV, you have these options of YouTube and like that. So there is a new option which is coming called YouTube Kids. Many of the TVs, नहीं तो अगर आपका जो set-top box है या whatever you are having, Amazon Fire Stick, just update it. You will get a YouTube Kids section. If you by mistake, if you pressed yes, please go to the settings and make it no. Otherwise, nobody will be able to comment or कुछ नहीं. आपका video का reach होगा ही नहीं. It will not be there.
Okay.
So that is a confusion between people that you feel that okay, they are talking about adult content, that is why they are saying ki meant for kids or not. You have to actually press no. It is meant for general audience. It is not specifically meant for kids. If I am making nursery rhymes or something, which I am making a proper business out of it, this is meant like I'm selling them to the kids and something like that. I have to make it a YouTube Kids. I have to take licensing for that, and it will go to the kids section. And obviously then the process is different, but normal people like us, we should click the button no, like that. Yeah.
Sanjay ji, I think that answers your question about the kids.
Yes.
Okay, now coming down to what I was talking about, when it comes down to live shows.
Yes.
When you're doing a live show like the one which I did, I've done Rafi Saab, I did Kishore night the other day, and
Yes.
we had some singers coming here and singing on karaoke. So
Yeah.
now coming down to live shows, and with respect to YouTube also, and with respect to Facebook also. So let's go with YouTube. In YouTube, what happens is any song you put, now even if Khare sir has sung it or anybody else has sung it, the minute I upload it on YouTube, the first thing I will get is this belongs to Saregama. Okay, so I'll get a first pulled up by Saregama that ये गाना तो Saregama का है. कोई भी होने दो, रफी साहब का कोई भी गाना mostly होने दो. Then what happens is you have an option over there. They will say that if you are okay with it, they will take the revenue that is going to be generated from your video. Your video will remain, your subscribers will remain, your likes and dislikes, everything will remain. But generally what happens is, I'll tell you how the monetization of the video also happens a little later. But right now what I'm trying to tell you is, you can put your video, and if you give that option कि मैं पैसा मुझे इससे कुछ नहीं चाहिए, मुझे सिर्फ फेम चाहिए और मुझे सिर्फ रीच चाहिए कि लोग YouTube में जाके मेरा वीडियो देखें. अगर ये करना है तो you have to click that option which says that you don't want any monetary benefit out of it. वो बात अलग है कि monetary benefit के लिए भी बहुत लंबा चक्कर है. Now coming down to it, for a monetary benefit, for the first time to get money from YouTube, as far as my knowledge goes, you should have 1,000 subscribers. First thing. And second thing, you should have content which is more than 4,000 videos. Okay, content of more 4,000 hours or 4,000 video, I'm not sure.
4,000 hours, watch hours.
4,000 hours, yeah. You should have content of 4,000 hours. जब ये होता है, after that you will get advertisements in your channel, and that is when you will actually start making money. And that money is big, to be very honest. It can go right from a minimum of 2.5 lakhs, it can go up to 10-12 lakhs also, depending on the content of your this thing. And just off the record, just to tell you, the most people who make money out of this are either from the gaming industry or they are from the beauty industry. This is a survey conducted which came out with it, that they are the two people who actually make the most money, beauty tips and gamers. So these are the two guys who actually make a lot of money. Now coming back to what I was saying about live shows. In live shows, you will get your views, you will get your subscribers, but you will not get money. तो आपने जिनलो का भी देखा होगा. Sanjay ji must be knowing there are a lot of people who do live shows, record their shows and put it on YouTube. So those guys are not going to get any money from YouTube. They will get those awards and all that कि आपका 1,000, आपका 10,000 viewers हो गया या subscribers हो गया, वो सब मिलेगा उन लोगों को. But पैसा YouTube से नहीं मिलेगा. So this is a thing which everybody has to understand कि YouTube से आपको पैसा नहीं मिलेगा, but you will get fame, you will be noticed, आपका reach बढ़ेगा, बहुत से लोग आपके साथ जुड़ेंगे या आपका show देखेंगे. All that will happen. But money, no, as far as YouTube is concerned. Now in English songs, because last week we did a show for Engelbert. It was an English live music show. In this, all the what you call copyrights belong to people who are abroad, like Universal Music and stuff like that. So what happens over there is you will be banned all over the world for using that song if you don't click that option of I don't want any monetary benefit. But in Facebook, even that option is not there. That monetary benefit वाला option Facebook पे नहीं आता. अगर आप Facebook live पे हो और आपने एक English गाना डाल दिया, तो Facebook will instantly throw you out from the live. Okay, or what it does is, if it is only for say 30 seconds or 40 seconds, a छोटा सा piece आपने use किया है, तो वो क्या करेगा? It will let the Facebook broadcast go on. The minute your broadcast is over, you will be bombarded with emails. Okay, and that emails will be something like a threat. They will say कि either you mute and delete that part of the music that you have played, okay, or else Facebook will give your contact to that company, and their lawyers will call you directly. So let's get this straight, right? If you want, I'll explain it again. If you put something on English on Facebook, it will not throw you out instantly most of the time, unless it is like a 3 minute का पूरा गाना आपने ऐसे के ऐसे डाल दिया तो आपको उठा के बाहर फेंक देगा. But अगर वैसा नहीं है तो you get a space where your Facebook live is going on. Then you will get a message, email saying ये गाने पे इतना टाइम से इतना टाइम तक आपने यूज किया है. So the options are deleted or muted. Yes, this is very important. In Facebook you get this option of mute. So what happens in that is आपका जितना पार्ट उसको लगता है कॉपीराइटेड है, आपका पूरा प्रोग्राम एंटायरिटी में ऐसे ही रहेगा, बट ओनली दैट पार्ट विल गेट म्यूटेड फ्रॉम फेसबुक इटसेल्फ. आपको कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं. Once you have finished your Facebook live, it will still be there in Facebook. But if anybody again watches that, that part will be muted. Now, in this also, there are two things which Indians have to remember. Most of the time, when we deal with Hindi songs, I have seen this. This part is muted in 48 countries. Okay, this part is muted in 48 countries. And surprisingly, for Hindi music, India is not one of them. So as long as a penguin in Antarctica is sitting and listening to your Hindi song, he will not get to hear. But in India, it works perfectly. In India, it works perfectly. I have done this. All my songs are Hindi, Bollywood.
Yes.
So nothing happens. You just press mute. Say mute kar do aap. But don't go into the legalities of cross questioning or trying to say कि नहीं इसका rights मेरे पास है. You know, even though I play remixes. I mean, I'm a DJ, I play remixes. But that also is coming under the same category. I think we don't have time left. We got 4 minutes left. I don't know how this thing works.
Listen,
you guys know how.
Listen,
You can reconnect if you want.
Anand sir, Rajesh sir.
Yes, sir.
Listen,
Yes, sir.
just a minute. My internet connection is somewhat weaker. So suppose I
Okay.
get out of the system, again I will come back in the system. So nobody will leave
Okay.
nobody will leave the hall. All of you
Okay.
should be here. अगर आप भी एग्जिट
Okay.
हो गए तो आप फिर से एंट्री मारो उसी लिंक से.
Okay,
तो
great, great.
जो
Yeah,
लिंक
yeah.
आपके पास में उसी आप एंट्री कर देना. अभी
Then another 40 minutes you get basically.
हाँ, yeah.
Yeah, we got Arvinder Singh join us. Good evening, Arvinder.
Yeah.
If you can hear me.
कंटिन्यू सर.
I think Arvinder is there.
सडनली अगर मैं आउट हो गया तो मैं फिर से अंदर आ जाऊंगा. आप लोग सभी यहीं पे रहे, कोई कहीं जाए मत प्लीज.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. Okay, now coming down, I was talking about live shows. So let's go with that. Karaoke tracks are what you call normally they get detected and pulled up, like Madan already said. And covers also the same issue as your live orchestra show or a live music show. उसमें covers से आपको publicity बहुत मिलेगा, आपके likes बढ़ जाएंगे, but आपको YouTube से उसके ऊपर एक भी रुपया नहीं मिलेगा. You will not make any money out of it.
Sometimes they give actually. Yeah, like for me for cover songs में companies like T Series and Sony Music they are under मतलब they also take the revenue but it's on the sharing basis. But वो
Yeah.
इतना कम है कि मतलब ना के बराबर ही है वो. So like that. Saregama will not pay you any single money. Saregama strict policy. Like we are मेहरबानी है कि तुम्हारा वीडियो कम से कम हमने डाल दिया YouTube पे, हम निकाला नहीं करके.
हाँ.
So
मतलब अभी तक निकाला नहीं वीडियो करके. हाँ.
या निकाला
So that
नहीं
is one
video
thing.
करके.
That is
Yeah.
one thing that the guy who has got the copyright has got full authority. See, even आप उन्हें सब cheating कर दिया, आप उन्हें ghost track डाल दिया, सब कुछ कर दिया, and अपना view suddenly बढ़ने लगे अपने channel पे या अपना आपका YouTube पे या Facebook पे, your likes suddenly start zooming up. Okay, even after that, these guys can go back, find out कि इसमें मेरा track था, and then sue you all over again. And take out your video even at that point of time. So don't think कि हो गया तो हो गया. हाँ, हो गया तो हो गया. कहाँ काम आता है? If you are doing a Facebook live, okay, or a YouTube live, और आपका कैसा भी करके आपका YouTube का जो 2 घंटे का सेशन है वो खत्म हो गया और लोगों ने उसे लाइव देख लिया, तो you get 2 options in Facebook. Either you can save the video or you can delete the video and quit. So the safer option is delete the video and quit. तो उसमें ना कुछ आपका कोई कुछ रह जाता है उसमें और कल आपको sue कर भी नहीं पाएंगे अगर आपने यूज किया भी रहेगा तो. But for some people like Reshma who's into education, you might probably want to keep it over there. But if you want to keep that stuff in Facebook or YouTube, you have to be very careful about all these things. And I just confirmed it that this thing, that is knowledge and education. It was not what I said. It was knowledge and education. So you have to mention in the disclaimer, in the description, that this is for knowledge and education. If you mention that, see, I'm still telling you, there is no guarantee that you will still not be pulled up. Because like Madan said, there are some really, what do you call, harsh people like T Series and Saregama. Yeah, who don't even care for you. Like Madan puts in a lot of effort to recreate the music, record it, put it. Sometimes his music must be getting more likes than even the original. But they don't like that. They want to kill this guy. So what they say,
Rajesh,
two options.
Rajesh, what about religious things?
Sir, religious things, as far as it is not copyrighted again, because even in religious, see, let me come down to another aspect since you have asked.